No video for you?
Liftoff of the Delta rocket carrying Blast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Discovery Fest 2021 with Big Brothers Big Sisters. My name is Amanda. I am the executive assistant here. Quick shout out to Nexus Brewery for letting us use the spare room in their amazing restaurant. Great food and drink here, so stop by and support local business. This morning we have Michelle and Annette here with the education plan to play a little game of Jeopardy with us and tell us some great ways to save for higher education. And I will leave it to you ladies.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I am Michelle, as she said, and we are the outreach coordinators for the state of New Mexico for the education plan. So welcome to one and all. So today, actually, do you want to?
Sure. My name is Annette Paez. I'm Michelle's counterpart, as she indicated. And so what we're going to do is start in a little bit a game of Jeopardy, and we hope that everybody enjoys it.
Okay, so today we're playing Jeopardy. Today, teachers, you can either participate for your students, or your students can log into Zoom as participants on their phones and computers and play for themselves. Note that you will only be able to play the game if you are logged into the webinar on Zoom. We will not be monitoring Facebook or YouTube for game response, although you may ask questions there. Now, in this game, you students will answer questions in order to get points. There are 6 categories of questions in each round. Each of the 5 questions in the category is worth 100 to 500 points. One person is chosen to start and will pick a category and an amount. In other words, if one of the categories is animals, that person may select animals for 300. We would then uncover that particular category and ask that question, and you all would guess the answer. When the question appears, any player can buzz in with an answer by typing buzz into the chat. We will call on the first buzzer to post their answer in the chat. If that player has the correct answer, they get points and get to choose the next question. If they are wrong, the other contestants get a chance to answer. If no one gets the answer correct, we will give you all the correct answer and move on. For those of you who may be Jeopardy fans, there are no daily doubles, double Jeopardies, or monetary rewards, just good old-fashioned fun. We'll show you how to do it. So, Annette, you want to share your screen and go for it.
So I just want to make sure everybody can see the screen. Can you see across?
So I am no longer connected. Got kicked out.
Let me see in chat. So, yep. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do one practice question, and that practice question is going to be science for 100. Okay. So Terry visited the zoo last week and loved seeing all of the animals. They even got to hold a baby tiger. If Terry wanted to work at a zoo, what would their job be?
So anyone can buzz in with the correct answer for that.
Okay, so the answer is, as we said, we're gonna just practice here.
Mhm.
Is a zookeeper. Okay, so now we're gonna start the game.
Hey, Annette, make sure that people are answering in the chat. So just make sure that someone's monitoring that.
Okay, yes, so Michelle is gonna monitor the chat,
Michelle got kicked out.
but you're
so-
just gonna have to be just a little bit patient with us. Michelle just got kicked out, so I'm actually gonna give her a second if everybody can be just a little bit patient with us so that she can log back in and we can start with that part of it.
Absolutely. We'll give you a second.
We're really excited about sharing this with you. I think you guys are going to really enjoy the game. And again, if you have any questions during the process, as Amanda indicated, just type it into the chat room and we will respond.
I'm getting there. So close. Ooh.
You're back.
I'm back. Woohoo.
Okay, so we're pretty ready to start the chat. So go ahead and first person or whoever gets there first for the first question.
Well, which question are we doing first?
Well, they're going to be able to buzz in and say like engineering 100.
Okay, so whoever gets in the chat first.
Yes, so
Arts 100 from Lisa Davis.
okay, Arts 100. Alex loves to work with hair and makeup. They want to learn to make people beautiful or handsome. Can Alex use the education plan to attend a beauty or barber school?
All right, so now whoever gets into that chat first, buzz right there from Lisa Davis was our first one to respond. So Lisa.
What's your answer then, Lisa? Can someone use the education plan to attend a beauty or barber school? What's your
and
answer?
Lisa says yes.
Oops. And Lisa, you are correct. Yes, the education plan can be used to attend vocational schools, and that is actually a school that teaches a trade, community college, or traditional college. Okay, who's going to be next?
All right, good job, Lisa. So who's going to pick the next category? Arts for 300 from Jessica Sosa.
Okay, Jessica. Are you ready? Maria wants to be a movie producer. What should they major in?
All right, whoever knows the answer to that, let's buzz in. Buzz from Lisa Davis. So Lisa, what's your answer? I'm hoping Lisa's typing. Okay, she says cinematography.
Oh, that's a great
That's
answer.
a good answer.
So a degree in any of the following works. You are 100% correct. One of them is cinematography, film studies, theater management, or broadcast journalism. Great job, Lisa.
Woohoo, go Lisa, says the BBBS staff. Woohoo. So who wants to pick the next category? Anyone can, so it's open to all of you. Whoever wants to pop in with one. Engineering for 100, says Jessica.
Okay, Jessica, engineering for 100. Jamie loves to create new buildings with Legos. Their favorite one is the Empire State Building. Jamie wants to be a building designer when they grow up and they'll need to go to college. Should Jamie ask their parents to start saving for college now?
Buzz from Jessica.
And Jessica, what's your answer?
Yes.
Yes. So Jessica, you are absolutely correct. The sooner you start saving for college or vocational school or beauty school or any schooling after college, after high school, it's a great time to start as soon as you can.
Right. Next category, engineering for 400, says Lisa.
Okay, Lisa. So Leslie's mom is an accountant, and when they grow up, they want to be just like her. Does Leslie need a college degree to be an accountant?
Who's going to be the first to buzz in? Buzz from Lisa, right there. So Lisa, your answer is yes.
Okay, Lisa, yes, you are absolutely correct. She does need to get a college degree to be an accountant.
All right, so the next category will be whatever someone puts in there. Who wants to pick the next one? Math for 200.
Math for 200. So what money savings plan could you use to pay for tuition, room and board, books, fees, supplies, etc.?
All right, who's going to buzz in? Isn't that the Jeopardy?
Michelle's.
Buzz from Lisa. Let's see what your answer is. The 529 plan. That is another name for it. Good job.
Lisa, you are 100% correct.
I really want to be a chef. I'm glad my 529 will pay for culinary school.
I can't take my online classes on this. Good thing my 529 account will pay for internet access.
A 529 from the Education Plan will help pay for in-person or online college or trade school, including tuition, books, computers, and so much more.
A little today goes a long way towards reducing future student debt. Learn more at theeducationplan.com.
So there's a little bit more information about the education plan, and you'll see a couple of those pop up throughout the board here. So which category should we go to next? Whoever wants to go. Buzz, BBB staff, let's see. What category would you like us to go to? Technology for 200.
Technology for 200. So Rio really likes to be online. They love the different websites, colors, and videos. What should Rio study?
Ooh, that's a good question. Buzz from Jessica.
Okay, Jessica, what do you think they should study?
Graphic design is her
Graphic
answer.
design.
That's a good one.
So you are correct. That's one of the ones that could be used in website design, which is a great idea. But you could do computer design, information technology, website design, computer engineering, and computer programming. And you are so smart. We should have included graphic design.
So we'd give you the points for that one, but all right. So next category, who's choosing? Ooh, I say we just, arts for 200.
Okay, arts for 200. Aspen wants to teach kids how to make great music. Should they get a degree in art, music, or education?
Ooh, buzz from Lisa.
Okay, Lisa, what's your answer?
Any of the above is what Lisa says.
You're right. A degree in music or education would both benefit Aspen in her future career.
Yeah. Art also would help, probably if she wants to teach music in particular, though, music would be a more specific degree to get. So, all right, science for 400 is the next category.
Science for 400. Zane loves to go for hikes with their family in the mountains. They love the wildlife and trees. They want to make sure the mountains stay safe and last forever. What should Zane be when they grow up?
Buzz from Lisa.
Lisa, what do you think they should be when they grow up?
Environmental engineer.
An environmental engineer. So a park ranger, that's correct.
Yeah.
An environmentalist. Environmentalist is right in the same line as an environmental engineer and a forester. So great job, Lisa. So any of those, there are many different other situations where they could go into biology, they could go into other things, but these are the three that we could think of, and an environmental engineer.
Definitely fits in that category. All right, so next category up for grabs is going to be science for 500.
Science for
All
500.
right, going for it all.
So Morgan loves to visit Carlsbad Caverns with their brother and sister. I do too, by the way. Their dream of being able to work in them when they grow up. What job would be perfect for Morgan?
And the picture is a clue in this one.
So what job do you think would be perfect for Morgan?
Anyone buzzing in? Oh, we have a from Lisa. I don't know if that's a buzz or if you're just thinking about it. So you want to take a guess? Head scratcher. Ooh. And this one it's a little bit
little
different
hard
than what we would normally think about. So you want to just go for it?
So they could be a speleologist or a bat biologist.
I was not aware that that's what that was called. I don't know about you, but I know I had no idea that was even a career.
It is.
And that's one of the beauties of going to college, I think, is that you get to explore things that you don't even know exist. So I think that's great.
Exactly. And when you get in college, because you're exposed to so many different things, you're actually going to be able to go into directions that you may have never thought about.
Yeah.
Which is the beauty of going to college.
Oh, and Lisa says speleologist is a new word for them too. So that's great. So yay. All right. So math for 300 gets called out by Jessica.
Okay, Jessica. Austin loves counting cars that go by when they go on a road trip with their family. Austin has a notebook where they keep the total number of cars from every family trip. What subject in school is likely Austin's favorite?
Oh, and we already have a buzz on this from
Okay.
Lisa. So what's your answer? Oh, statistics.
Statistics. Okay, Lisa. Math. But you know, statistics is a form of math.
Yeah.
So if Austin were to continue loving math, they could have a multitude of careers like an engineer, an accountant, and an insurance agent.
And we could add a statistician.
And a statistician.
I didn't even. So I think we were going more with the elementary education rather than the college education, but that is perfect. All right. So arts for 400 has been called.
Arts for
Okay.
400. So Ainsley loves to create delicious food for their family. Ainsley has to be very careful about measurements in order to create their masterpieces for everyone to enjoy. Culinary school is approximately $60,000 per year for 2 years. How much should Ainsley put into the education plan each month to help them save for culinary school?
Buzz from Jessica.
Okay, Jessica, how much do you think they should save?
She puts $500.
$500 per month.
That's a good amount.
So as much as possible. So if Ainsley puts in $100 per month, they will have $1,200 at the end of the 1 year, right? And if Ainsley continues for 10 years, they will have $12,000 saved for their culinary school. So if Ainsley and their family puts this money into the education plan and uses compound interest, they will have around $15,256 to put towards culinary school.
And that was based on a 5% interest rate for the compound interest. And so we'll talk a little bit more about compound interest in a little bit, but, and actually, I believe most of our accounts are making just over 8% right now, the last time I looked. So it would be even a little bit more than that 15,000 with the compound interest. And like I said, we'll get into that a little bit more with one of our other questions. So $500 is a really good guess though, because that gets you $6,000 a year. And so it's a lot more than what we were looking at on our answer to that question. So you'd be a lot closer to that $120,000 for a great culinary school. Technology for 400.
Technology for 400. So Taylor loves helping their mom with social media. She always asks Taylor to help record a YouTube video so she can post it. Taylor loves helping their mom so much that they want to help everyone. What should Taylor do after high school?
All right.
Who's going to buzz in?
This is a good conversation one, I think. So hopefully some classrooms are having some good conversations about buzz from Jessica.
Jessica, what's your answer? What do you think Taylor should do after high school if she wants to follow in her mother's social media footsteps?
Well, Jessica says marketing director, which is another way to take
That's
that.
right. So we think that Taylor should go to college, community college, or a vocational school to get more knowledge about videography, makeup, script writing, set design, and other relevant topics for making great videos. So again, marketing is perfect actually, because right, in order for people to see your videos, you need to market them. And that's a great field to go into if you want to be a videographer assistant.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Okay. Which category are we going to choose next? Technology for 300 has been called by Lisa.
So Lisa, Miguel went to the museum and saw a metal sculpture. He became fascinated by how it was put together. What is the process that the sculpture is put together by?
Buzz from Lisa. And she says welding.
Welding. Oh, Lisa, you are correct. Welding. Miguel could get a certificate or associate's degree in welding. Did you know the average salary for a welder is $42,000 per year?
And that's pretty amazing if you think about it. That's great. That's higher than the average salary here in New Mexico by a little bit. So I think it's wonderful. Don't get quite as much debt when you go through an associate's program either, as we'll talk about. So, all right, the next category, arts for 500 from Jessica.
Jessica, Ryan has a really great teacher who loves history. Their teacher loves to answer questions and explore with the entire class. What kind of degree should Ryan get in college if they love history?
Ooh, who's going to buzz in first? Buzz from Jessica again.
Okay, Jessica, what's your answer? What degree do you think they should get in college, or degrees, or different type of degrees?
Jessica says a history degree.
A history degree. Yep, a history degree. You are 100%. Great job.
So, and we have a Jessica's killing it in the chat as well. So great job, Jessica, as well as Lisa. So you're both doing amazingly well. So math for 500 from Lisa.
Okay, Lisa. Reese is about to start first grade at Monte Vista Elementary School. They just turned 7 years old. Should Reese's parents start saving for college, or is Reese too young?
Buzz from Lisa. So the answer is yes. Yes, Reese's parents should start saving for college, I believe is what she meant there.
Yes, and the answer is you're never too young to start
I can't use this
saving.
to take notes in class. Good thing my 529 plan will pay for a computer for college.
Can't eat like this when I'm in college. Good thing my 529 account pays for room and board.
A 529 from the Education Plan will help pay for in-person or online college or trade school, including tuition, books, computers, and so much more.
A little today goes a long way towards reducing future student debt. Learn more at theeducationplan.com.
So that's our little commercial for the education plan. We love it, and hopefully you all did too. So, but we have a few more categories to go over. So engineering for 300 pops right in there.
Engineering for 300. So the average student graduates from college with $29,000 in student loan debt. What is one way families can help reduce this debt? We're going to give you a hint. It uses compound interest to maximize your savings.
So one way we can help our kids, help our families can help us reduce debt. Buzz from Jessica.
Jessica, what is one way that a family can help reduce this debt?
A savings account, she says.
A savings account.
And Jessica, while that's a great answer, it does
I
not
can't live
use
here when I go
compound
to
interest.
college. Good thing my 529 will pay for housing. I want to work on real motorcycles when I grow up. I'm glad my 529 account will pay for trade school.
A 529 from the Education Plan will help pay for in-person or online college or trade school, including tuition, books, computers, and so much more.
A little today goes a long way towards reducing future student debt. Learn more at theeducationplan.com.
So the neat part about compound interest that's different from a savings account is a savings account uses what's called simple interest. And so once a month or once a year, they'll take what you have in there and you get interest on that, on what you've put into your savings account. So if you have $100 and you get, say, 1% interest on that, you'd get about a penny. And so you'd have $100 plus that 1 penny at the end of the year. So it'd be 100 plus 100.01. Whereas with the education plan, we actually use what's called compound interest. So what we do is we take the compound interest. And so what we do is every month we're going to take what you've put in, your principal. So if that's $100, and then we're going to, that month, we would give you, say, 5% interest. Okay, so then you'd have $100.05. The next month, we're going to do interest not only on the principal or what you've put in, but also on the interest that you made. So $100.05 would then be compounded. And so you would get, instead of getting 5 cents, you'd get closer to 10 cents in interest. So it's kind of a neat thing, and it helps grow your money much quicker than the simple interest account does, because it just uses your principal no matter how long it's in there. So you would only get that 5 cent or get that 1 penny each month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it can sure add up over time. So hopefully that made sense. So, all right. And we've got science for 300.
Science for 300. Are you guys ready? So Riley loves dinosaurs. They play with them every day and dream about digging up dinosaur bones, maybe even discovering a new dinosaur. Wouldn't that be really nice? Would Riley need to go to college to make their dream come true?
But, oh, that was a close one. Buzz from Jessica was just beat out Lisa that time.
Okay, Jessica, do you think they need to go to college to make their dream come true?
And Jessica says, yes, with an exclamation point.
And that is exactly how we wrote it. Yes, to become a paleontologist, which is the individual that studies dinosaurs and bones, Riley would need to go to college.
Yes. All right, so we've got a few left on our board here. Science for 200 from Lisa.
Okay, Lisa. How many planets are in our solar system?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think this answer would be different when I was in elementary
And when I
school.
was in elementary school, yes.
Buzz from Jessica.
Okay, Jessica, how many planets are in our solar system?
8.
8.
Says Jessica.
And Jessica, you are 100% correct. 8.
Woohoo! That's a great thing. And I believe it was Pluto that was recently downgraded, right? So it would have been 9 when I was younger, but that's okay. We live in a changing world. So, all right, got a few left. Who wants to pick the next category? Technology for 500.
Technology for 500. Okay, this one is one that's going to be kind of hard. How much do you think college costs? Any idea, anybody? How much does college cost?
Buzz from Lisa again.
Lisa, how much do you think it costs to go to college?
She says it depends. On average, 50,000. And I'm assuming you mean 50,000 a year, but I'm not positive about that. So let's see.
So remember, it doesn't just have to be college after you graduate from high school. You can go to a community college, which is about $2,084 per year. You can go to a vocational school, which we talked about for welding. It's one of our questions, which is about $16,500 per year. And what you would consider a traditional four-year college is about $42,970 per year. But to be fair, the traditional college does include that $42,970 does include room and board, tuition, fees, whereas community college and vocational college, those two numbers are just basically for tuition.
So good answer. Good answer.
Any questions about that?
And it does depend on which schools you go to. State schools, much cheaper than private schools on average. So good job. All right, so we've got a few more left here. Engineering for 200 has been called.
Oops, sorry.
Oops.
Okay, so Jamie's parents have started a college savings account. So Jamie can be a building designer when they grow up. Remember, we talked about the Lego set and how much Jamie likes to build things. So Jamie's 5-year-old little sister also wants to grow up to be just like Jamie. Is Jamie's little sister too young to start saving for college?
Buzz from Lisa. And the answer is never too early.
That's correct. No, you're never too early to start. Remember, Michelle was talking about interest and compound interest. So the sooner you start saving money, the more money you're going to make off that compound interest. So as soon as anyone can start a savings plan for their children or your sisters or your brothers, it's the perfect time to start as early as you can.
All right, so we've got, it looks like 4 more questions. Which one do we want to pick? Math for 400.
Math for 400. So Jamil wants to buy a new Lego set of the Hogwarts castle. By the way, I want one of those too, but we'll leave that one alone. The Lego set costs $50 and Jamie's allowance is $5 per week. So if Jamil saves their allowance, how many weeks will it be before Jamil can buy the Lego set that he's dreaming about?
Buzz from Jessica.
How many weeks, Jessica?
10 weeks is the answer, she says.
That's correct. By saving their allowance, Jamil can buy their Lego set in 10 weeks. Just like saving money for their Lego set, Jamil's family can start saving for their future education by opening the education plan for Jamil.
Good job. Great answer there. We got some smart people out here. So we've got 3 left. Which one should we go to next? Engineering for 500.
Engineering for 500. Corey and their cousin love watching the trains that go by their house. Corey knows all sorts of things about trains and wants to build them someday. Should Corey become a locomotive engineer when they grow up?
Who's gonna buzz in first? Buzz from Lisa.
Lisa, what do you think? Should Corey become a locomotive engineer?
She says, sure.
Sure. Yes, yes, they should become a locomotive engineer.
I have a friend who actually is an engineer on a train, and it's such a neat job. He actually gets to travel all around the country on trains. So I'm very jealous of him. So we've got two left. We've got technology, or we've got math, both for one. Math 100, says Lisa. So
Lisa, Billy's best friend's brother, grew up to be a software engineer. Billy really likes learning about his job and the ways he helps the world. Does Billy need a degree to be a software engineer?
buzz from Jessica. And Jessica says, yes, he does need a degree.
So Jessica, yes, Billy can get a bachelor's or associate's degree to become a software engineer.
All right, good job. And I think we only have one left, so we'll go to technology for 100.
Okay, so when Owen grows up, they want to make video games. Does Owen need to continue in school after high school to do that?
Lisa got a buzz in there. And she says, yes, that Owen does need a degree, continue after high school.
Okay, Lisa, let's see if you're right. Yes, Owen could get a bachelor's or associate's degree. A bachelor's degree is a 4-year degree that is received from a traditional college, like we talked about, 4 years usually. An associate's is a 2-year degree received from a community college. There are also certificates that can be received from many sources to become a video game creator. And that, I think, is an exciting job.
Yes, it sure would be. So that's our questions. Annette, do you want to do a quick 2-minute overview of the education plans? And then if anyone has questions about it, then they can type them in the chat.
That's a great idea. So I think you guys got a little bit of an idea about what the 529 plan is. So the 529 plan, or the education plan, is a way for your parents or your family, or even yourself, say you get allowance for you. Maybe you want to start saving for your own college or vocational school or community college. And what it does is you can go to the educationplan.com, and online you create an account, almost just like a savings account, like Michelle and I have talked about. The difference is that a savings account, you probably will not make as much money as you would in the education plan. So what you do is you go online, your family member, they would go online and create an account for you. And remember, you can start with as little as $1. And everything that you have in terms of your allowance, your parents can gift in there, your parents can put money in there monthly or weekly, your family can put money in there. And again, the goal is what we talked about, is that when you get to college, you want to be prepared, not just be prepared for college from the perspective of learning, but be prepared that it costs money. That's just the reality of college, vocational school, community college. It costs money to go to school. Our goal here today is to help you start thinking about that. I know it sounds really early, and I know it sounds like, wow, we're thinking about this since now, but yes, you should start thinking about this since now, because we don't want you or your family to have any or as little student loan debt when you get out of high school. And we want you to succeed. And one way of succeeding is to be knowledgeable about what the reality of going to college is, or vocational school or community college. The other thing is kids who have these savings accounts, they are more apt to go to college or vocational school or to community colleges. The goal here is to get you to go to something that you want to do and succeed at something that you want to do. And part of that is just being honest with ourselves and with our families that we should start preparing since now.
Perfect. So are there any questions about the 529 or the savings plan, the education plan, and how that can help you start saving for college.
Yeah, we actually have a couple of questions here that have been entered. Okay, so Thomas was wondering, what if I save the money and decide that I don't want to go to college? Like, what if he wants to go into the Army or something?
Want to answer it?
Sure. So Thomas, that's actually a fabulous question. So Thomas, you would have the ability, remember, you may go into the Army. So there's a couple of things. You may go into the Army, and after you get out of the Army, you may decide you want to go to college or vocational school. So that money is available for you. But you can also use that money for immediate family members. So maybe you get married and you have children. Well, you can give your children that money so they can go to college, or they can go to community college or vocational school. So even if you choose not to use it, there are ways that other people can use it.
And the other thing I would add to that is, if you decide not to go, you can leave that in there in case you have kids. So they have a huge head start at that point, because they already have a college savings plan before they're even born, and they could use it. So there is no time limit. And so that's one of the beauties of putting it in this account. So other questions that we have?
Yeah, we have a question from Kyle here in Albuquerque, wondering, how do you sign up for the education plan?
So as we talked about briefly, so you go online to the educationplan.com, and on there is a link for you to start the process. So Kyle, I don't know how old you are. You're not going to be able to do it yourself. Your parents are probably going to have to do it, or your aunts or your uncles or your grandparents. But it's just a simple process of your parents setting up a savings plan for you, an education plan. They will need your social security number and your date of birth, and then just the amount of money that you want to start it with. And the beauty of the education plan is that once your parents establish it, they can send links to family members so that they can start putting money into your education plan. Michelle has always told me, I'm kind of new at this, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to set up the whole thing. It's pretty quick and easy. And the beauty of it too is that you can have your parents either have it taken out of their savings or checking account. They can set up an automatic deduction. They can do it once a year. They can do it monthly. They can do it weekly. So there are many different ways to put money into that account, but it's fairly easy. Michelle, did I miss anything?
No, I think you did great on that one. And you can always, if you have questions, I believe we can put our information in the chats. So you can call us, you can email us, and just ask us any questions you have while you're signing up as well.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. We have one more question from Beth. She asks, what if she hasn't decided if she wants to go to college yet? Like, are there any resources that the 529 plan can offer that, like, maybe on their website, things to help them decide if that's what they want to do?
I think not on the education plan, but this is what I would say, Beth. Remember, it doesn't just have to be college. It can be vocational school. It can be community college. And now is the time you are 100% correct to start thinking about what you want to do. But I would suggest that starting an education plan might actually help you start thinking more and more about going to college or vocational school or community college. And remember, it doesn't have to be something, it could be beauty school, it could be culinary school, it could be welding, it could be automotive repair, it could be a multitude of different career paths that you choose. But those are such great questions. I think maybe start having a conversation with your teachers and your parents about what you like right now, because maybe you have already decided, wow, I kind of like doing this, and start exploring that option.
Yep. Perfect.
Awesome.
Well, there are a ton of websites that offer things for you to look at and discover about college and what it takes. And I would recommend looking at the colleges you're interested in, because all of them also have more information about what it's like to be there. And I always recommend that as you get older, you go visit those colleges and you see what they're really like, because each college has a different flavor. And so you want to make sure that it's a good fit for you when you go to a college as well.
I think I would also say that, and this is not from the education plan perspective, this is just as me, never give up on your dreams and never not believe that you can't go to college or vocational school or community college, because all of you have something in you that's just different than everybody else, and you can succeed at anything that you want to. Nobody should ever tell you that you cannot not be a scientist or a hairdresser or a welder. You can succeed at whatever you choose to succeed at, and you should pick a career path that you want to pick a career path in, and start, like Michelle said, start looking at websites, start looking at different, maybe right now you really like to do one thing or another, and explore what you would follow up with after high school. I mean, those are just great ideas. Not everybody has to be in the same career path. Everyone can be in a different career path, and you have the ability right now to start making some of those decisions. I know it's early, but I promise it's time to start thinking about it.
Very well said. And I couldn't agree more.
I love that. Thank you two so much for doing this Jeopardy game with us. It was really, really great. Do you have any final messages before we close out?
I don't. I think that, as two outreach coordinators, we love talking to people about their education. So keep attending STEAM, networking situations, and everyone can do whatever they want to do in their life. But I think we love doing this because we want people to succeed. And one way to succeed is really honestly to start thinking about saving now for your future.
Yeah, and if there's ever an opportunity where you want us to come out and speak to anyone, or if you want us to meet your parents and help you set up an account, we are more than willing to do that. So we just really thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. This wouldn't have worked half as well if you hadn't participated. So thank you. And just, I hope that you have a great day.
Thank you both so much again. I'm going to go ahead and close us out. All right. Thank you so much to the Education Plan and to Annette and Michelle for playing Jeopardy with us. We all learned a lot today. Teachers and students, thank you for stopping by. We have one other demonstration today. The Math Hoops will be holding a special presentation for educators at 6 p.m. to do a demo of their board game. We are going to go ahead and close out with a little slideshow of our sponsors. Thank you again to Annette and Michelle.
Thank you for having us. Have a great day, everybody.